I'm recording few thoughts. I did record that in different language, and I want to record something in English, and it doesn't matter if someone gets a point or get some wisdom, it doesn't matter. I'm recording something anyway, so I use the camera as a dash cam, let's say, in case some aggressive driver does something stupid. And I'm talking because I still have some coffee in my brain. So the coffee gets my brain fired up, and so I want to share another really significant some experience. So it's nothing special, it's nothing entertaining, it's nothing that makes you want to watch this recording. But if you want to learn from older people wisdom, if you are let's say young, or if you know someone young and you don't have the balls, the courage, the guts to suggest that person, you know what, if you do this, it leads to that. If you have this attitude, it's going to do this to you. And I used to say to people, to some people, your attitude is going to change your future. So I made up an expression, probably someone else did the same thing, and it does make lots of sense. So the way you react to life or to events can change your future. So that's translated in your attitude towards people, towards events, towards people's emotions, towards objects. Everything is that's part of your attitude. Depends how you deal with those images and reality and events and what's happening around you is going to affect your future. So it's going to change your future because you make subtle changes to your future. So we'll talk about that in different recording. For now, I want to touch what I said to someone. So I went to a fast food place in Squamish. In Squamish, lots of mountain people live, and lots of adventurous people live, and spend their young days, young years. Some people are passengers through the town. Other people choose to move there and live a couple of years. So they rent something. And people who have more money, they think, you know what, I would settle here, and they buy something there. So it's a cool mountain town, not far from Vancouver. So if you want some entertainment, you want some stuff or some big city life, yeah, it's like an hour something to drive to Vancouver, and at least you are away from the noisy Vancouver, and you can enjoy some wild attitude, behavior. You can be wild in Squamish. You can drive to Whistler for skiing or shopping, mountain shopping, specialty stores shopping. So it's a good mix for this young people lifestyle. If I were to have money and be young, I would say, you know what, forget about Vancouver. I have nothing to do with Vancouver as a city, as a big city. To me, you know, getting out and connecting to the natural world, which teaches me and taught millions of people a healthy and a good life. The city, yeah, teaches people to be greedy and be followers and follow trends, and social media pushes and greed and stuff. But honestly, I don't know what I learned. I don't remember what good things I learned from a life in a city. I don't know, maybe I did. Of course I did, but I have no idea. Maybe I learned from a couple of mistakes, which is still part of the learning. So going back to Squamish with the story, So I went to this fast food restaurant. So around there were a bunch of those off-road guys trucks, like modified trucks, off-road trucks, four-wheel drive trucks, mud painted trucks, crappy trucks. So you could feel, you could sense that, you know what, this is a rough people town, or adventurous people town. Those who don't mind a little bit of dirt, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of rain and stuff like that. So you could get that sense. I see, because I thought to stop around here and record a couple of things in River Canyon. So right here on the left there is a canyon. It's pretty nice. It's not the deepest I've seen, so I've seen lots of different cool stuff, but this is nice. So I've been here filming about 2 weeks ago. So I'm in this town and I'm trying to enter one of the fast food places, and there is a woman, a young woman, maybe 23, 24 years old, and she's talking loud, and she has 3 kids around, and she talks to a girl, and she starts counting names, something. Oh yeah, Melissa is here, Josh is there, this girl is there, or something. So she's like keeping count of the number of kids in the group. Okay, so let me stop here, because like I said, I plan to record something on the canyon since I'm here. Let me see if that's the spot, because seems to be, to me it seems that this is the spot. I thought of recording some stuff. I think so. And so I'm always polite with guys, polite with women, and especially with women. I was taught since I was a kid that women desire respect for what type of creatures they are, who they are, because they are different than guys, you know, and for what they do. Especially I'm talking about those women who work hard to build a society, right? So let me see, is this the place I thought about? Oh, look at these power lines, are kind of low here. Oopsie. And it's a wet environment, like it's moist days. It would be nice, you know, if you get that close, which probably the engineers calculated. If you get that close and you get a zap, and you feel some sparks. Yeah, so that's a tent. And I see a rope, so I guess they set a fishing net or some stuff. I don't know. Could be a measuring device. I have no idea. But I don't want to try to climb down there, to hike down there to check what it is and get into some arguments with someone if this is a First Nations land, which I don't know. I don't want to invade someone's privacy and appear too curious. So I've been there on those rocks and those boulders, and I did record there, and I showed my moss how slippery. I showed my mom how slippery was that moss, that surface. Of course, I did not fail since I can record this thing, and yeah, it was one of these little cool adventures I had. And even here it's a slippery, but you know, even the city boys, city girls can hike here, which is not something unusual. It's unusual for the city people to do other things because they are stuck in their comfort zone and they rather watch the stuff on the cell phone. So going back to the adventurous mom, because she was dressed like those mountain women with a hat, and she had like I said, a loud mouth, like she was talking loud, and she was kind of pushing the words, like those parents who want to make sure the kids are following exactly what the parent wants to do. And so I opened the door, I held the door for her, and she looked at me, she gave me a look, and she, thank you, like she was very thankful. I said, no problem. I said, you should teach your daughter that the man must respect woman. So I said something like that, like I don't remember exactly because it was not an expression. Like I mentioned earlier, I am not thinking and acting like a robot. So everything that I say, it's like ad hoc. It's coming and I make things up. Doesn't have to sound like a poetry or some expression or something. I'm not George the Great who came out with this cool expression that sounds cool, and you can write it in a book or something. No, it's something that sounds wise. That's the whole purpose, you know. It's a teaching. I'm passing something that could teach some people who are open, and so I might appear to expand a little thing, but while I'm recording here, so you can watch the river if you don't like my voice, and play some music in the background. There is still some snow. Yeah, and so she was very thankful, and that was the idea, that this woman who have young kids, their behavior is being copied by the kids subconsciously, because the kids don't have a life experience, and they are building day by day, minute by minute, they build a reality, and they expand it, and they call it life experience, but also the way they experience life. And the parents are ones who are the closest one, and then later the school comes in the play, and is altering that reality more than the parents can do, because school is the kids spend more time in the school than they spend at home with the parents. And I mentioned that in the past. Then the kids get captivated, their mind get captivated by the social media, by the gadgets, and they find feeling and emotions more pleasant into something that comes from the screen. Then they saturate their mind, their brains with crap, informational noise and crap that comes through the social media, because these kids allow that information to come in, to sneak into their mind. And now they keep altering their reality, and the mind wants more, because that's the way the brain is built, the human mind, the behavior is built to be greedy and want more and more. And when there's nothing that is more powerful, let's say all the funny movies, okay, are kind of the same. Oh yeah, so at first you laugh about silly stuff, then now you can't find anything that's funny. The same with porn. People at first, when they see a naked woman, I'm talking about guys, see a naked woman, wow, they are aroused right away or something, you know. It's like, ooh, what I saw there. Then they move to the next level, because people always want to move to the next level. They move to the next level, and then later they see people having sex on the screen, and oh yeah, okay, it was cool, yeah, I get that emotion, but it's not that powerful as first time. So people want more, and the same thing, they want more from the gadgets, and the gadgets have a limitation. They can't offer, well, what can you do? Get an orgasm while you watch something on the screen or something automatically without doing nothing? No, it's difficult. So people do not have that technology yet, and the drugs can do stuff. So I touched that topic a little bit, but people are greedy and they are trying to alter their reality in their chase for more, for bigger, for better, for more intense. So they look for intensity and stuff. And now these kids are altering their reality, like I said. And this girl is growing up with an image that, you know, oh, my mom has this type of husband, because my dad or my mom's partner was like that. And she thinks that, okay, what she copied from the mom, like having a big mouth, having some opinion or something, that's the right attitude. And when a woman have that attitude, of course that attitude will attract similar attitude. So rough looking or rough appearing or rough acting or tough acting woman will attract a tough guy, a guy who's rough around the corners, who's not really polite or not nice, and of course he will treat her like garbage, because that's who they are. I mean, there are a couple of nice people, rough big guys or something, polite, but you know, most of those guys, you know, they don't need I think you get my point. So the woman gets this type of guy, they have a kid, in this case a daughter, and the daughter see the attitude from the mom and she thinks that's normal, that's the real thing. Then she see that the guy, mom's partner, life partner or boyfriend or husband or something is not respecting the woman, and she think, okay, that's okay. Now the girl grows up, she's growing up as an adult, and she is she's playing the program that she learned while she was a kid. And she does what the mom used to do. The way she cooks, the way she smiles, the way she talks. You know, lots of things that they learn from their parents. If they don't learn from parents, even worse, they learn from the role models they pick. So they think, oh yeah, I like Michael Jackson or Madonna or something. That's my idol. And they learn things from the idol. Or I love Justin Bieber. Oh yeah, that's cool. Look at Justin Bieber. He makes more money, he has more chicks, thousands of girls are dying to have him nearby or something like that. And that's the reality they built, and now they act in that way and they attract people with similar attitude. So if the woman is acting like a rough woman, she will attract somebody similar who's going to treat her like that, like the rough guys do. And that's one of the way this behavior is passed on from generation to generation, and that's the way these people separate themselves from other type of categories. So you see people who work in banking, they work in banking because their parents used to do that, or love finances, or love money, or be greedy, or something like that. If you see people working in forestry for the last 4 generations, or being boat drivers, moving logs on the water or being fishermen is because these kids, they were stuck within that generation, within that environment for generations, and they pass it on to their offsprings. That's the way. But now with internet and with networking and people being able to move around, people discover new things. So you know what? Yeah, my dad used to be a fisherman, like my grandfather, my grand-grandfather, all the generation of fishermen, or like a native people, like American indigenous people and other Aboriginal people. They know, you know, for hundreds of generations they were doing the same thing, like hunting and gathering and fishing and stuff. But once this new generation discover internet and discover other things, you know what? Forget about traditions, forget about, you know, passing on, maintaining our culture and religion and belief and stuff. Yeah, forget all that's old stuff, this bullshit, you know. Cool stuff. Oh, I want the easy stuff. I want easy life. Why I need to work my ass into the forest? Why I want to go fishing in the freezing waters and stuff, you know? So I just mentioned that to give you a glimpse how parents have an important role in passing on some sort of attitudes or skill, including bad and poor attitudes or attitudes that actually are not beneficial for anyone. So again, girls need to learn how to respect themselves. If they see that their moms were never respected, is because those moms, they never respected themselves. They never assigned an importance and a significance to their mind and body, because they did not learn that stuff from their parents. And now the next generation, if they don't understand that, they don't make a change, they will pass that attitude down to the next generation, and you will see people coming from poor families for generations are still poor, and their offspring are still poor. Why? Because kids are learning poor behavior, including social behavior, from parents, and now these days are learning it from social media. And social media has the power to change the world, and it could be not in a good way, it could be in a good way. I can't tell you that. I don't want to start predicting stuff, but I gave you an idea. So old days parents were around their offsprings for longer, for 10 hours, 20 hours a day. Now the parents have only 1 hour a day with their offsprings, just the feeding time. 1 hour, 2 hours a day, especially with the teenagers. The teenager come home, he grabs something from fridge and goes on a computer or on a cell phone or a tablet, and it's done. The day is gone. Same happened with my daughter, my youngest daughter. I can't say about my oldest daughter, but my youngest daughter, you know what? I see her 1 time a day. Good night, Dad. If she says something, and she's gone. So she's on her tablet till 2 a.m. or something, or her iPhone. And I lost my daughter. It's gone. And I know that. Do I want to fight it? No, I don't want to fight it. She's wise enough, because when she was younger, even now, when I catch a couple of minutes with my daughter, I pass wisdom. So I use that chance, that opportunity. When I connect, I bond with my daughter. If she cares or not, doesn't matter. But I pass wisdom, what I learn from my mistakes, from other people's mistakes, what I learn from my experiments, experimenting with my own life, with my in my own life journey. And if she is that wise, she is going to take the essence and she will process it. She will store it some time. And when she is going to be on her own, she'll make mistakes and she'll remember what Dad said. So that's my role. I can't force my kid to learn from me, because I could be wrong. So she has to learn what fits her life, what works for her. I can't push things that worked for me, but it will not work for her because she has different genetics. She lives in different environments. I grew up in different countries. She grows up in Canada. Different social environment, different school system. Again, different genetics and different mindset and different reality. So I can't force my daughter to absorb whatever it did work for me. It could be totally opposite for her, especially when she is a girl, right? So she will have to learn through mistakes, hopefully less mistakes than I made, and hopefully she will make a shift into this generation, passing on stuff like maybe poverty, maybe attitude that people learn from parents. So hopefully this new generation is going to make that shift. You know what? I break the cycle here. That's it. It's like I don't want to be like those old generations, my parents' generations, my grandparents' generation. I want to make that change, and I have the power to change, right? So it was a long talk, and I did record some scenery here on the Sea to Sky highway, and at least that was probably a little bit more entertaining for some. And pass it on if you want to help someone else, if you think it's useful. Subscribe if you didn't. Press that bell button on the right of the screen, and again, share your life experience. And when you think it's stupid, if you did stupid, yeah, share it, and will help other people to avoid being stupid, right? So take care of yourself. Bye bye. Love you.